Hey, what's going on, everyone? Sly, and today, all good things must come to an end. Last day of training camp, and man, Brock Purdy came out, left with a bang, man. Left with a bang. What a great training camp this was for Per Dog. According to Nick Wagner today, he went 16 for 21. Just absolutely amazing. And then a few drops, too. It's like, I guess Tariq Owens, T.O.'s son, had like a laser right to two safeties or secondary coming in, had it right in his hands and freaking dropped it, man. So yeah, unfortunately that might be the end of Tariq Owens. Who knows if he'll be on the practice squad, but yeah, Brock Purdy threw it right to him. Another one, Purcell didn't get the 2 feet in, unfortunately. It would have been a touchdown, but overall, we're hearing from everybody is that Brock Purdy was just on fire today, and that's how he's been pretty much all camp, man. This right here, clearly, from all reports, is the best camp Brock Purdy has ever had. And that's saying a lot, man. Obviously, year one, rookie year, didn't get a lot of snaps right there in camp, but made the team. That was great. Second year, remember, he was coming off that injury. So he really didn't come back to a training camp and still was really solid. Last year, it was good, but unfortunately, things just didn't work out. He did throw a lot of picks in the last training camp. This year, picks have gone down, and he just seems more decisive out there. Yes, he has Christian McCaffrey, but you have to look at it about like this, man. This was clearly his best training camp, and he's out there with pretty much like one of his starting wide receivers. It's absolutely insane what's been going on, Juwan Jennings, who him and Juwan and Purdy and OTAs were on absolute fire. It was looking like Juwan Jennings, he was having an amazing camp. Not as good as that 2023 Brandon Ayuk training camp where we all know how great he was. Just probably 2 steps below that, but he was on fire till he got hurt. Everything stalled after that. Purcell didn't come back to 3-4 days of camp because remember he got hurt in OTAs. Jacob Cowan, who was our second best wide receiver in camp in OTAs, his ass gets hurt after the first day of training camp, comes back, gets hurt again. Obviously, we know Ayuk hasn't been there, our number 1 wide receiver, and he won't be back to week 6, something like that. And then he's been having to go with guys like Russell Gage, making him look good. And, everyone's talking about how great Russell Gage is. Bro, Brock Purdy's throwing him the damn ball, getting him open, and then he goes down. So it's like, bro, this dude is doing everything, man. He's out there. We don't know how Watkins it really is as a wide receiver. I think he's going to be solid. Me, personally, I think he's going to be solid. But he's looked on fire. OTAs, mini camp, training camp. He's been one of his best receivers out there. And he goes down too. So it's like Brock Purdy is working with freaking Robbie Chosen, who were we the ones that picked him up as undrafted free agent? I can't remember if we were the ones that picked him up years ago when he was Robbie Anderson. I just remember I used to always say, that's Flip Anderson's son, Robbie the Chosen one, Robbie Anderson. And he's out there looking good. He looks like our best receiver out there. It's like, bro, it's absolutely insane that this dude has just been so consistent, that first day of training camp. I remember he was pretty solid. I think he went 10 for 13. And he was taking deep shots to Kittle, looking really good. He did throw those 2 interceptions the first day of training camp. But overall, other than that, which obviously you can't be doing that, but other than that, it was a great day of camp. And that was probably his worst day of training camp, was day 1 of training camp. And it was overall a solid day other than those 2 passes, And I just think he's going to have a great year. Obviously, that O-line, just give him some time. Just give him some time. And I think he has a chance at another MVP season. I'm really confident that if we could hold that line, if Trent Williams doesn't go down, because we saw he went down 2 times. He said he's fine. If McKivitz goes down, we don't know what the heck's going to happen at left guard, with freaking Ben Barch. And then obviously, Brendo is probably the worst center in the league. So yeah, that's the question mark right there. Can these guys hold up? Can Kyle switch these guys if it's not gelling? Move someone, get someone else to come in, get the rookie, get Drake Nugent playing center, get our other boys out there, Drew Moss, get him some reps somewhere at guard. So, but overall, dude, this guy, Brock, I know a lot of guys were hating in the offseason. Why are you going to pay him? Well, he's not worth this. He's not worth that. Dude's been phenomenal. Dude has been absolutely phenomenal this training camp. And then you saw with the Raiders, that first drive, just driving down the field like nothing. Anticipation throws, make Purcell looking great. The connection there was looking great. And then you had Gage make a few catch, I think one catch during that drive, and then I think he butterfinged another one. He should have had that other one in that game against the Raiders. But overall, man, he's been looking good, man. He's been as advertised. I've really stuck with Brock Purdy since the beginning, because after that first year, you just didn't see that. We hadn't seen that in forever, man, since Steve Young, where a quarterback demanded respect on the field. And he got that respect right away in that Miami game. It was like, how could you not see that right away, that this guy, he's our dude. Like, he's our franchise. It took a while, actually. It took like 3 games. That game after that against the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, where he went off for like 4 touchdowns, destroying Tom Brady. It was, you just don't see that, man. You do not see that from a rookie go in and do that. So yeah, year 4, man, time flies by, dude. Time absolutely flies by, but yeah, this is year 4. It's year 4, dude, with this guy. So I'm expecting big things from this guy, man. I really am. Just because what he's doing in camp is aligning for another big year. I think it's going to be like his second year, his sophomore year. I think it's going to kind of be like that. I really do, man. He's finding the checkdowns. If no one's open, going to that security blanket, Christian McCaffrey. But also taking shots, him and Kittle and him and Purcell, man, during training camp, that's what it's been right there. It's been the Purdy, Kittle, Purcell show. And once we get our weapons back, I just can't wait, man, to see this final product. This final product with Ayuk, Jawan Jennings, Watkins, Cowing, Purcell. That's going to be right there. That's going to be what excites me, man. That's going to be what freaking turns this team back in the playoffs, get it going, hopefully make another run at it, because I know our defense can have its ups and downs throughout the season, but with Purdy at the helm, I think it's going to be another solid year, man. Just because with Steve, remember when we had Steve Young, obviously Joe Montana a little bit before my time, but I vividly remember him. Every year, playoffs with these guys, and last year, it just didn't go with all the injuries and whatnot, O-line, and then Purdy, it wasn't the best season, wasn't the worst season, but I think he's that quarterback to keep us getting back to the playoffs over and over. And with this year, he didn't have to deal with all the distractions, getting married like he did last time, and going all these endorsement deals, commercials, this, that. It was like Rocky, like I said before, when Rocky, if you've ever seen those Rocky movies, when he had made all that money, lived in the mansion, had the nice cars, all this. What happened? He got his ass kicked. And then he kind of come back, get focused, get back with Mick, and do his thing. I don't know if Mick died or not, but he had to get back focused. And I think that's what Brock Purdy did this offseason, working with guys like Cowing, Purcell, having a little training camp in the offseason together. He wants to be great, man. He really does. So I'm loving what he's done this camp. Again, last day of training camp, 16 for 21. Probably would have been better if a few drops, but yeah, you gotta love it. You gotta love what he's done this camp with all his weapons. A lot of them hurt. Every day another guy's going down. So I think someone went down right now. But yeah, man, much respect to Brock Purdy, and I just can't wait. Less than 16 days away, something crazy like that for the first day. So yeah, man, and Purdy, we trust, man. So should be a great season, man. That's what I got. That's the update. And it's been a great training camp, but every good thing must come to an end. And hopefully our guys look good on Saturday. So yeah, man, should be fun. All right, man, I'm out. Peace.